What is going on, everybody? It's your good friend Random Hero Gaming. Really cool to start seeing a couple of my videos hit over 100 views. I'm quite shocked this has happened so fast, but my messages seem to be resonating with a lot of people. That's really cool. It's really sort of life affirming, and I hope I could just help a couple of you. But anyway, today's topic, I'm going to be talking about what I think is the most tragic part of this male loneliness crisis. The male loneliness crisis has been talked to death about over the last couple years. Men and women alike, all ranges of the political spectrums have spoken about and given their takes on the male loneliness crisis. And if you're not familiar with the male loneliness crisis, it's this friendship recession, sort of, where men are finding themselves isolated, without people to vent to, without people to express themselves to, a constant feeling of this cosmic despair, where you feel like you're just reaching out into the world and nobody is lending a helping hand, where men feel more lonely than ever, more friendless than ever. The prospects of a family are becoming further and further out of reach for most men. And it's tragic, and it's very much true. And it doesn't help that when you go on social media, you're constantly told as a man, you could level up, you could always look better, you could always be better, you could always be banging all these women, you could always be making more money, you could always be doing this and that. And a lot of it's advice that's dished out from people, older men that live in a bygone era where things were far easier. You know, all these guys over 35 and in their 40s and older that have wives, the family, the good paying jobs, you know, they want to feel like they're special and that they weren't just born in a time period where things were a lot more obtainable and easier and there was far less competition in the dating market, in the job market. So you already need to just kind of tune those people out. They do not understand you as a man. And this video is mostly directed at men, but I mean, if women want to listen and get a better understanding, that's totally fine with me. The more women understand this and try to attempt to understand it, the better. But this video is mostly for the guys. And the truth is, guys, we really are the disposable gender. We are meant to die in a war in a foreign land for people far wealthier than us. We are meant to subsidize the lifestyles of women. That is what we're sort of told our purpose is here as men in the modern day. And it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. There absolutely is a very, very... what's the word I'm looking for? It's humiliating. The existence of being a young man today it's humiliating. We are making up less and less of college enrollments. We make less than women. You know, we don't talk about the gender pay gap. Men are making less than women these days. More men are living at home with their parents compared to women. Being a man today is a humiliating existence, and this is all undeniable. These are it's just the way it is right now. It's just the way it is, you know, hopefully not forever, but that's the way it is right now. We can't delude ourselves into thinking that men are thriving and doing really well. We're not. We're really not. Men that claim they're doing this and that and banging all these women and going out every night, and you know, going out is extremely expensive. Dating is extremely expensive. Touching grass, they say, oh, just touch grass, that's extremely expensive. Leaving your house, you're not spending less than $20, even at the most basic crappy of sports bars, if you want to just hang out, get some food, maybe meet some people. It's a lot hard. There are less male only spaces. It's harder to find male companionship, friendship, Not even just talking about meeting women and female companionship, but just friendships are not as easily obtainable as they once were. I mean, online is another story, but in person, in the real world, it's a lot more difficult. I was lucky. I made most of my friends in primary school, elementary school, and earlier, and those are all still my group of friends today. You know, that's unfortunately how it is. And despite all this, despite all of us understanding that life is objectively much tougher for men these days than women, the most tragic part of this male loneliness epidemic and this male loneliness crisis is that men don't make it easier for each other. We don't. You know, we throw out the words like, oh, that's gay, that's a sausage fest. You're hanging out with a bunch of guys. Where are the ladies at? Where are the huzz at? And that is so damaging and sad. You go on Instagram, you see reels of some guy just hustling, trying to make it on their own, you know, trying to make some money, trying to escape this 9-to-5 corporate hellscape. And all you see is, in the comments, other men, not even women, men saying, get a job, bro. Unemployed, level 1,000, get a job. I bet you get no bitches. I bet you're a loser, you're this, you're that. And it's a lot of men putting other men down, but the fact of the matter is, we're not competition. We maybe once were a competition looking for resources, but now we're in this age of abundance where your fellow man is not your competition. You need to start looking at your fellow man as a brother struggling in these very difficult times. And if you're one of the men out there that actually escapes this this matrix, what you will, it's a little cringy, again, overused term, contrived term, but if you're able to escape this matrix and find some success monetarily, or you're able to bag a really good woman or something, things are so bad that you now have an obligation to help people, to share advice, to share wisdom. Don't put people down to make yourself feel better. That makes you a really bad person. That makes you worse than evil, than any amount of evil. We already have culture and society telling us men that we're worthless, that everything is our fault, everything is a problem that men have to solve, and we already we have it hard enough. Why make it harder on your other fellow men? So that's all this video is really me trying to get across, is the message: treat other men better. Only men understand and could really grasp tangibly how cold this world can be to you, especially as a younger man. And you know, I've been able to do decent enough for myself. I built a business on my own from scratch. I made some money, had some success. So I feel like I really owe it to you guys on here on YouTube, and I've been playing these older Call of Duties, and man, it has just reinvigorated my love for this genre of videos, the commentaries, the gaming commentaries, and I've been really enjoying this. So just one last little thought I'd like to get out there is, if you're a guy and you have a friend, another guy that's a friend, a strong male bond, you cannot take that for granted, guys. That is life's greatest treasure and joy. A man, women will mostly love you for your utility, what you can provide, and if that's taken away, you know, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked how cold a woman can be. But if a friend truly loves you, and you guys are brothers through thick and thin, that is life's greatest treasure. You need to work on that. You can't ignore that. You need to keep that together. You need to sacrifice for that, because that is what makes life worth living. It is your friendships, your companions. And not to say there aren't bad women out there, but only men truly understand this coldness and this sort of ambivalence from the world. This this darkness that if you are hurt, injured, ill, God forbid, that there isn't going to be that helping hand that women get, and there aren't those safety nets for men that there are for women in this modern day. So be kind to your fellow man. We are brothers. We're not competitors. Really pound that into your head. And again, appreciate everyone watching. It's your good friend, Random Hero Gaming. Like and subscribe for more videos. I'm out. Peace.